So let's move into some talk about system modernization, right? And this is an opportunity both for new systems and older systems to take advantage of all the new technology that's out there. And in the picture here, we got an RL breaker by Siemens, really reliable airframe breaker. These can be remanufactured over and over again. Check in with myself if you have any kind of needs like that. But in particular, I want to point out here in the bottom right corner, this breaker, which probably was originally built with a static trip 2 trip unit, say a solid state trip unit, really good in the day, but those are notoriously failing on a more regular basis. And so once again, we take the opportunity to upgrade that. And in this picture here is an AC Pro 2. And what's special about an AC Pro 2? What's special about taking advantage of some of these modern trip units is, one, from an arc flash standpoint, they're more selectable, right? I can have down to a few amps. We can adjust that current and make both better coordination and lower arc flash let through because of the settings that we can put into these trip units. The other nice feature about the AC Pro 2 over the AC Pro 1, over any other retrofit trip unit that I'm aware of, is they have what's called the sluggish breaker feature. And so essentially when the breaker is brand new, right, we put this trip unit on it and we test this breaker on the high current test set. We know that if the trip unit sends a signal to trip the breaker is going to take, let's just say 33 milliseconds to respond and open. And so we can program this trip unit to say, hey, this breaker should trip in 33 milliseconds. If the next time this breaker trips and it takes 50 milliseconds, it's still pretty fast, but it's not as fast as we program the trip unit. And then what we might find is that the breaker needs some additional maintenance, right? Because once again, our coordination study, our arc flash studies are based on these breakers operating by design, right? And so if all of a sudden we have a breaker that's operating just a little slower, then that's going to make our arc flash hazard just a little higher, right? Just a little higher. So once again, the sluggish breaker feature that is now in some of these trip units is spectacular for, once again, knowing without even doing maintenance, hey, is this breaker operating properly?